You're listening to the Brand Ed Bullet from the Brand Ed Podcast. 4 freaky fast Friday wins to get you going for your weekend. Let's go. Welcome to the first edition of the Brand Ed Bullet. It's a very short 5-ish minute episode where I'm going to give you 4 fast Friday wins. So this is going to drop on Friday. Here are 4 quick wins for you on Friday to think about over the weekend. Number 1 is I'm going to give you something to try. If you're like me and you're in a lot of Zoom meetings, then sometimes on those Zoom meetings I use my AirPods or headphones. Sometimes I use my built-in speakers. I switch back and forth all the time. And I don't know if you're like me, it's a real nuisance when that Zoom meeting starts and the wrong speakers are selected and you have to go through that headache and switch them every single time. If you're on a Mac, you can try this. I'm betting the same thing would work on your PC. But if you're on a Mac, inside Zoom, you can go to your Zoom preferences, you can go to audio, and then you can set your speaker. Zoom's going to say, what do you want to be your speaker? On a Mac, you can set that to same as system. In other words, you're telling Zoom, hey, use whatever audio for listening, use whatever I set as my system preference, my computer, system preference. Then on a Mac, you can actually go up there in the screen on the right-hand side where your little volume icon is up in the upper right. It's always going to be up there. You can pull down that little volume icon and you can select your AirPods. And whether you select AirPods or they're not selected, when Zoom is set to follow whatever your system speaker is, then you don't ever have to switch Zoom anymore. Literally in the middle of a meeting, you could pop your AirPods in, go up to there to the volume button, switch your computer volume to your AirPods, and as long as Zoom preferences are set to same as system, it's going to follow you. So there's something you can go try that's a quick win for you. Win number 2, here's something to get you thinking. We're all so used to thinking time is money, right? Super popular, but we don't even notice that actually this is a cultural metaphor. Time is money, or something, thinking of time as a limited resource or a valuable commodity. These are not true of all times and all cultures. This is a very modern Western way, but we don't even think about it. And it's really connected to the Industrial Revolution. And it's odd to think about time outside of the metaphor that time is money, but I think it's at least worth you and I chewing on, maybe over the weekend. Just chew on that. Imagine a world where time is not something that you spend or save or waste or invest or schedule or give. Sounds really weird, right? Let me know what you think when you think about, time is money. That's not always been the case. That's not always how we have approached or looked at time. Win number 3, here's something personal that I just wanted to share. The family and I got away for spring break, finally. After all of this COVID madness, we were able to get away for a short beach vacation. And it's really at those times that happen to be around the ocean. And the ocean just has a way of reminding me and connecting me to something that's far bigger than trying to run and manage and grow my personal brand business. It connects me to something far more significant than what I do or to-do list or getting some projects knocked out. It just pulls me above that. And I wonder for you, how do you pull yourself out of the immediacy that we all get sucked into, right? Trying to run our coaching or consulting, speaker, personal brand businesses. How do you pull yourself out of that? Just DM me on Instagram. Let me know how you do that. And then lastly, win number 4. Here's something a client recently asked. They asked me about how to craft better testimonials. How do they get testimonials? They've got clients that love them, customers that love them, but they're having a hard time pulling out good testimonials. So here's 3 things that you can do. One, you can ask what life was like before working with you. And a bonus, make sure you also ask how that made them feel. You want to get that emotion in there. Number two, ask what life is like after working with you. And then again, bonus, ask them how they feel now. And then three, a third thing that you can do, this is the best one of all, write the testimonial for your client or customer. Just write it based on what you've already heard them say, the feedback you've already gotten. You write it, then ask them for permission to use it. That's the best way to get a killer testimonial. You're not making up things. You're actually just recapping what you've heard them say, maybe over a few different calls or the engagement of your project. You pull those together into a really tight testimonial. You write it for them, and then you just say, hey, can I use this testimonial? Thanks for joining me on the Brand Ed Bullet. Share this episode with someone you love. Have a wonderful weekend. Go and build a life-giving brand.